You've probably heard these titles floating around. What do these titles actually mean? Who does what and why do they do it? Who owns the data flow between tools? Is all the broken Salesforce dashboards? And who is the one that is building co-pilots and AI use? In this video, we are breaking down the three key roles that are shaping the future of go-to-market. And by the end, you'll exactly know how they work together to increase revenues. Chapter 1, the big picture. Before we deep dive into each role, let's understand the landscape. Modern GTM teams run on three pillars: process, how we sell; systems, the tools that enable us to sell; and intelligence, the insights that make selling smarter. Each of our three roles own one of these three layers. A RevOps specialist is the one who owns the process. A GTM engineer owns systems, and AI engineers own the intelligence bit. Who is a GTM engineer? Think of them as the person who makes all of the GTM tools talk to each other. Salesforce, HubSpot, Marketo, Clari, they don't work in isolation. A GTM engineer mainly connects the dots. Here is an example of what a GTM engineer might build. Imagine when a new lead comes into your website through pad.forms and then it is integrated with Chili Piper. So now your lead automatically gets enriched via Zoom info through Chili Piper, flows to the right reps who then take the lead up and start working on it. Right? That automation, that is the GTM engineer's magic. This is built using APIs, Zapier, or a combination of multiple AI tools. They understand data schemes, APIs, and system logic better than anyone else in GTM. They don't define what to automate, but they figure out how to make it happen. Now, meet the RevOps specialist, the strategist and operator of your revenue engine. Their job is to ensure sales, marketing, and customer success work in sync. They design processes, define life cycle stages, and make sure pipeline metrics actually mean something. Let's take an example. If the GTM engineer builds the automation that routes leads, the RevOps specialist defines what qualifies as a lead in the first place. Make sense? They ask questions like, what is our definition of an MQL or a marketing qualified lead? How do we score leads? And what's our win rate by stage? Then they turn those answers into dashboards, forecasts, and insights for leadership. They live inside Salesforce, HubSpot, or Clari. They're not coding, but they are the ones that are shaping what needs to be built. Who is an AI engineer in GTM? Now, this is the newest player in the GTM stack. These are people who bring intelligence to the system. They just don't automate workflows, they teach the system to think. Let's take an example. Imagine your AI finishes a customer call. The AI system that a AI engineer builds, the AI automatically transcribes the calls, it summarizes all of the meetings, gives key action points so that the AIs don't have to lift a finger. It also helps you draft follow-up emails and make sure that you are on track to achieve quota. That is an AI engineer's work. Combing data from Gong, Salesforce, Clari, and OpenAI to make your systems proactive. They use tools like Python, LangChain, or Databricks and work very closely with both GTM engineers and RevOps specialists. So here's a gist of the roles. The RevOps specialist defines the use case, a GTM engineer makes the data available, and an AI engineer trains and deploys the models. Here's the magic. When all three roles work together, the GTM engine becomes unstoppable. The RevOps specialist defines the journey from MQL to closed one. The GTM engineer builds the data flow and automation between tools, and the AI engineer adds intelligence, scoring leads or predicting churn. Together, they create a flywheel that runs on data, automation, and intelligence. A lot of people have asked me how to get into this, right? If you are in sales, if you are in sales operations, or if you are in market research, you want to look at becoming either a data engineer or a AI specialist or even a RevOps person, then here's how you get into this field. If you love systems and automation, go for GTM engineering. If you love strategy and process, opt for RevOps. And if you love AI and data, go be an AI engineer. And here's the tricky part, the future is cross functional. So you need to be able to understand most of this. Imagine a RevOps leader that can get on a no code platform and probably code a bit, that can strategize all of the processes and also understands APIs, integrations, and automations. That is a superpower to have. So, the next time someone in your company asks, who owns automation? Who builds our dashboards? Who is working on AI in Salesforce? You know the answer. The RevOps specialist defines the process, how revenue should flow. The GTM engineer builds the system, how tools and data connect. And the AI engineer brings intelligence, turning all that data into action. Together, they form the modern revenue engine, one that's data driven, automated, and AI enabled. And here's the thing, the lines between the roles are starting to blur. The best GTM professionals today know a bit of all three. They don't fit in one box. They can design processes, automate systems, and leverage AI to drive outcomes. So, if you're wondering, Vinay, all of that sounds amazing, but how do I actually become one of them? That's exactly what we'll cover in the next video. I'll walk you through the skills and certifications you need to start your journey, the tools to learn if you want to build RevOps or GTM engineering, and the AI learning paths that will make you future proof 2025 and beyond. If you like this video, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Next up, I'm sharing a complete step-by-step roadmap to build your career as a GTM engineer or a RevOps specialist. Links to real courses, certifications, and free resources that you can start today. Until then, remember, RevOps defines, GTM engineers build, and AI engineers make it smarter. See you in the next one and have a good one.